Hi, I'm Jeff Phillips. Welcome to this Excel tutorial on an introduction to using formulas. I've entered some data. Actually, I'll wipe this out before we begin. Entered some basic data here, 1 to 10, and then some various numbers, 1, 2s or 3s in this column. If we want a formula, a formula is used to calculate something automatically for us. Click on the cell that you want to put the formula in, then I click up here, type equals. So I want to just double all the numbers in column A. Write 2 and multiply in Excel as an asterisk times, and we can type in A1 or click on cell A1, press enter. So back to here, yes, it's reporting back double what cell A1 is, and that's 2. But if we fill down now, Excel repeats that formula and doubles everything. So I click down here, for example, that's 2 times A9 or 2 times A6, whatever. So to start a formula, we always start with an equal sign. Another formula that you might want to use is the sum that's put over here. And one good thing about sum is you don't have to put it at the bottom of a set of numbers. If you've got a long set of numbers, you don't have to be scrolling down. I often put my formulas at the top. So I'll put up here, I'll just wipe these ones out again by selecting and pressing delete. And let's put equals sum bracket. I can drag over the range that I want to sum. See how it's reporting it, A1 colon to A10. You can either type the bracket in, I think, and press enter without that and it'll put it in for you. And it's added up those numbers, 55. I often like to highlight the result of a formula with green so that I know not to wipe out that formula. I don't mind if I wipe out these numbers, if I change that to 100. You see the sum is updated, but I don't want to accidentally put in a number there, and if you then click, see your formula's gone. So Control Z, sometimes highlighting a cell to indicate there's a formula there. You can protect cells, but that's perhaps another lesson. Another function that's quite handy is the count if. If I wanted to just count the numbers of 3s in this list, for example, well, I can do it manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 3s, but you can do it with the formula equals count if bracket, and the first argument is the range, and we'll put a comma. So we're looking in that range, and now we want to add up the ones that are equal to 3. I'll put in inverted commas. Oops. Equals 3 and close with inverted commas. I've got a sticky keyboard there. And close the bracket, press enter, and it's telling us there are 6 3s in this list. If I wanted to edit that and say, well, how many actually equal to 1, let's press enter, and there are 7 1s. Or you can even do things like how many are less than or equal to, is just that less than followed by equals, less than or equal to 2, press enter, and there are 14, which is 1s and 2s, of course, because there were 20 figures, less the 6 3s, leaves 14 1s and 2s. So that's a handy function at times. I'll get rid of all that, delete that. I'll change this back to a 10, and if I want to get rid of the colour, you can do it up here, no fill. Let's say I wanted to double up to maybe 20 numbers. So I'll type equals 2 star A1 again, and I'll fill down more because I might have more numbers on the left I put in later. A bit annoying that it puts in those zeros, but sometimes you want to allow for lists expanding. For example, I put down 11 here, press enter, yeah, then it'll double that one. What if I don't want these zeros but I still want the ability to add more numbers? What I can do up here is I can edit this formula and use the if statement. If bracket, now if A1 equals blank, that's blank is 2 inverted commas with nothing between them, so I'm saying if A1 is blank, comma, well, let's make the cell blank, comma, if not, we'll double what's in A1. So once again, if A1 is blank, it's going to put in a blank here, but if A1's not blank, it's going to put in double what A1 is. If I press enter, you'll see no difference because A1 wasn't blank, so therefore it doubled it. But if I fill down now to there, you can see I've got rid of those annoying zeros, because here it's saying, look, if A12 is blank, which it was, then yes, but I'll make this one blank. but otherwise it would have doubled it like it did up here. A little bit of a new concept for a lot of people, this if statement, but it can be powerful in cleaning up spreadsheets. That completes this short tutorial. One more thing I should show, another one that's fairly useful, is the average. I'll just wipe that out again, and I'll just say numbers 1 to 10, and in here I put average. It's another handy function of all these cells. Just drag over them and press enter, it will close the bracket. So the average is 5.5 of all those numbers, and that's quite handy to work out. That completes this short tutorial. There are many more formulas. You can have a look if you like by clicking this formula button here, and it will give you help on the functions. The other thing you can do in a new cell, click on the formula bar and you can type a description. For example, say you wanted, well, there are categories if you want to look through them, statistical or whatever. You can change the categories, or we can type up here, if I wanted to say count cells, oops, up here, I might have to wipe that out now, and type count, something to do with counting, and here are the count. So you the first count one just counts the number of cells that actually have numbers in them, but if you want to count with a criteria, it's count if, and you can look for help on the function, all sorts of things. There are hundreds and hundreds of functions in Excel, but I've just shown you a couple of them. Okay, thanks for watching.